Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Atrev. How's life? Welcome back to Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, Safe Haven. The finale! We finally made it to the end. I'm pretty sure we just gotta locate these survivors, man, and then I am gonna go into a bit of a review. Nothing too crazy. Just a bit of a review on the game, let you guys know my thoughts, how I feel about it. And real quick, I want to get this out of the way. There was no movement bug. That was completely me. That was my hardware. It was screwing up on me. I blame the game. That was wrong. That was stupid. Do not hold that against the game. That was 100% me. I fixed that issue, so I am not having it anymore, thank goodness. And now with all that out of the way, let's get right back into this game. Alright, here we are. Blue hand. Flashlight. If you guys remember when we left off, we had to kill Doey. That was really sad, really depressing, man. He felt so bad at the end. He felt like he had failed everyone, and I really felt bad for him. But now we are gonna go try to find survivors. We'll continue your legacy, Doey. Ooh, let's play the tape. What do we got?
It's been hard to...
Sorry about that. I turned up the audio for you guys.
The others, they look to me to know what to do. To know where to go. For a long while, we had Poppy to tell us, go here, go there, do this. And it all made sense, too. Poppy was nice. I can't find Poppy anywhere. I don't know what happened or where she went. But it's scary here without her.
Oh, man.
Maybe she ran, just like I have. I'm here, outside the prison, in front of... I'd almost forgotten it was all here. And seeing this again, it's given me reason to think. I could make for the exit. It's all I'd wanted for the longest time.
Yeah?
But there are others inside. Others that aren't like me. They're hungry and scared like I am, but they're not me. They can't go where I can. But they mean a lot to me. A lot more than I thought they did.
Such a good guy, man.
And having seen what I have, knowing how they see me, how much they need me. I'm going back. I wanted to make this in case I ever doubt or forget that. Just play this and remember.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's all. See ya.
He could have got out of here. He could have left. He could have been free. Oh, but he chose to stay, man. Try and help out his friends. What a real guy. What an awesome dude Doey is. That's so sad what happened to him, though. Oh, God. Oh, God. Slidey tube. Oh.
Ollie! Can you hear me?
What the hell? They were just hiding here?
What did you do?
Oh, boy.
Why did you kill Doey? Do you even understand what happened? The prototype, Did you even plant the explosives?
Yes.
Ollie!
Don't get mad at me,
Answer me!
asshole. I will drop kick you. Is that gonna be the prototype?
Ollie! Something's gone horribly wrong. The safe haven...
Shelf ventilation block B6.
Ollie's a traitor.
This where you are, Poppy?
What?
Stay where you are.
Oh.
Closely.
Kissy is terrified.
This?
Oh.
Question with an obvious answer.
You. What did you do with Ollie?
I'm right here, Poppy.
For you,
I'll always be
here.
What? Was Ollie the prototype the whole time?
Catnap, Mommy and Huggy, they're all dead. You have nothing now. No one. And soon, you'll have less than that.
Stop that.
You don't need to pretend anymore.
Poppy. You don't need to play at being stronger than you are.
You can
Come home.
Oh no.
How much do you know? This isn't right. All those years. Was there ever an Ollie?
Yes, there was.
But that was a very long time ago. Let
Oh.
me tell you what comes next.
I'm going to
Come up there.
and I'm going to
Find you. Your collaborators. The few you have left. They will be dead.
Oh.
What are you going to do with me?
I've got something special in mind.
Don't give up yet, Poppy.
prepared it just for you.
And this one, you will never want to leave.
No. No, no, no. This
Hush.
entire time.
Ooh.
This entire time. You've lied to me!
Only because you've kept
Missing the point.
What?
taken the liberty of retrieving those explosives from the Foundation. Thanks for collecting them.
Those, by the way, I've put them to good use.
Oh no.
I admit, though, I'm disappointed.
Is that his actual
All
voice?
that
Oh,
time in your
damn.
case, I'd hoped you'd see things
Differently, don't you understand?
It's always been about you.
And we'll hobby what we are.
What are you,
That's not a
Poppy?
truth that can be burnt away. No, not when it can mean so much more.
You got some explaining to do, Poppy.
Prototype. Please.
It's time to come home.
Poppy.
It's time to come home.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't go back in the case. I can't. I'm sorry.
Is she running away? She abandoned us.
Don't worry, I'll find her.
As for you two, try to land on your feet.
Kissy! Ooh. Don't let go, Kissy! Oh! Oh my god, her arm! Oh, Jesus. I'm dead, Kissy. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm so dead. Oh, I'm not. Give me your arm. Give me your hand. Give. Oh, no. Ooh. Dude, I knew it. I didn't like Ollie. I never liked Ollie. For some reason, I never liked Ollie. Mostly because he gave me really bad news. But Ollie this whole time was a prototype. That is fucking crazy. What? He knows everything that we were planning then. Everything. He knows everything. That's how we knew where we were gonna plant the explosives. He grabbed a... Oh my goodness. Speaking of poppies, are these poppy flowers? Oh my goodness. Ooh, what's over here? Hold on. Secret? Nope, no secrets. Alright, let's go. Let's run. I got my Omni hand. That was my purple hand. Oh, wrong hand. Whoops. There we go. Okay. We're in the labs, it seems. There's a tape here. Let's take that. Ooh, let's watch. Playtime.
Hi, my name is Leif Pierre, and I'm the head of innovation here at Playtime Co. If you're seeing this, you must be very, very lost.
Oh.
Well, rest assured, friend, our state-of-the-art laboratory is just up ahead. Why don't you just go on inside and tap one of our scientists on the shoulder? Tell them you're lost. They'll be glad to help. All right, all right.
Wait.
Let's be honest. You're not supposed to be here. This is the single most high security, high clearance section of the whole factory. When someone finds you down here, you will be shot. And before you get any ideas, don't think you can just sneak away either. No, the second you put this tape in, it set off an alarm. So if anyone's home, they know exactly where you are. Pretty nifty, huh? Security is very important to us here. If I were you, I'd start running.
It's Huggy! It's Huggy! Oh! Huggy's alive? I have to kill you again? Oh no, man. Oh, he was the scariest one. Oh my goodness, where to begin? Woo! Wow. All right, well, we got some pretty big reveals in this chapter. I mean, wow. I mean, we got to hear the prototype. Sounds like an amalgamation of voices. I heard Mommy in there. I heard Poppy's voice, Ollie. Like, I heard a whole bunch of different people, people that we killed, people that we haven't met, the doctor even. And we got to see what I thought was Kissy, but it's freaking Huggy. Huggy's still alive. I don't know how he survived that fall, but he's missing an arm. So that's utterly terrifying. Man, I can only wonder what Chapter 5 is going to have in store for us. Ooh, boy. We're going to be fighting that prototype, I got a feeling. And Poppy, ooh. Oh, Poppy, when I catch you, Poppy.
Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
He was right. Dowie was right about her. I was right about her. I knew she would do something like that if it meant that she would live. Like, I'm sure she has some sort of trauma from being in a case, you know, for years and all that. I'm sure, but you don't do that. You don't just run away when things get tough like that. You don't do it. Seems like the doctor was indeed right about Poppy the whole time. I want to know more about her and what her role in the Hour of Joy was. Because the doctor said that she did participate. I want to know what she did, and I'm sure we're going to find that out in the next chapter. We also saw, Kissy lost an arm, so that's really bad. Kissy is a one-armed Huggy, essentially now. Huggy also has one arm. I wonder if we're going to see those two fight. And there's still other toys that we've been hearing about that I haven't seen quite yet, like Ollie, for example. Said that there was an Ollie. I'm guessing the prototype probably killed him. And then, of course, there's Boxy. I want to know more about Boxy. Man, I can't wait till next chapter. This game is really awesome. The lore really kicked it up a notch with this chapter. Okay, let's get into the review now. So, really quick, of course, I just want to get the simple things out of the way. Character designs were great. I mean, they were awesome. Yarnaby was really cool. Kissy looks great with the, the burn and the injury marks. Huggy, from what I looked even scarier than usual. Dowie looked, he looked exactly how he sounded, and how he acted. He just looked like a bubbly, happy guy. And that's what he was for the most part, until he got changed by the prototype, which Poppy got angry at us for some reason for dealing with him when we had no choice. Then, of course, there were the robot doctors. Those guys were really scary looking, incredibly scary looking. And I liked how they had the single eye on them. So, they had that sense that they were really alive. Music, of course, was great. I mean, it was scary. It was intense. The backgrounds, the ambience, everything was really nice like that. Although I did run into a bug with the music, which I'm sure that they're going to fix. I think it was just a thing of a really bad checkpoint that they're probably going to fix here in the future. Boss fights, they were okay. I didn't enjoy the one with the one that jumps a lot. I can't remember his name right now. But the one that would jump and poison you, that one was a little tedious. Just having to get those batteries and the toys getting in the way just kind of slowed it down a little bit for me. It took me a long time to do, but it wasn't bad by any means. Like I said, the only thing that I would say that brought it down would be a toy or two that got in the way of the batteries. Then, of course, there's Yarnaby. I believe we had like 2 sections where we had to run from him. Technically 3 if you include the last part where we got through the door, he chased us and then died. Yarnaby, by far, was probably my favorite toy in this entire section. He was scary, he was persistent, he had that crazy kind of crackhead sound into him, you know? Alright, to get into some more serious stuff, let's talk about story. So, the story, I think, really shines in this chapter. We learn so much. We learn that there were rescue teams that came down here that didn't quite make it out. We learned that humans were turned into the toys that we know very well as our friends, and they worked here. Some of them worked here, and some of them were not so good, like the doctor, for example, who got turned into a toy, more than likely against his will. Again, we also learned that Ollie never existed. Ollie was just the prototype the entire time, and that he was just playing us the entire time. Which is kind of strange because he did, especially with Catnap, he really helped us out in beating Catnap. Like, he really helped us out. Maybe he just didn't care about Catnap anymore. So, I mean, yeah, overall, the story in this, really good. It was really good. The story elements, I mean, the progression of the story definitely came through. Now, emotion. How'd this game get you feeling? I mean, honestly, this was probably this chapter's best aspect was emotions. You had conflicts of emotions. You had regrets, things that you didn't want to do. You had wonder, why are you here? Killing Doi, sadness, just a lot of sadness, hopelessness, and betrayal. And those emotions really shine through in this chapter, especially with Doi. Replayability, I mean, for chapter 4, being how long it is, I don't think the replayability is there all too much. Of course, if you're looking for like maybe Easter eggs or more story elements, you could definitely run back through here, and I'd say that it's probably worth it. But the problem is that a lot of the things are very tedious. Like a lot of the switching the electricity and things like that around got very tedious, which leads me into my next point. Mechanics. I'm not a huge fan of the having to press the buttons on the little things and they change the power routes and all that. I didn't really like that very much. I just preferred the puzzles where you just take the power outlet, wrap it around something, and then take it to another one. I like those puzzles a lot more. I thought they required to use your brain a lot more, and they weren't nearly as tedious. Chapter 3's puzzles, like with Catnap, I mean, those were great. Those were amazing puzzles. I loved them. Having to use your jumping hand and all that was great. The boss mechanics, again, I wasn't a huge fan of that little jumpy toy. I wasn't a huge fan of the mechanics of that fight or that section very much. Again, it wasn't bad. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying it was bad. Just not really for me. Due to that tedious having to run around, grab a battery, put it in, grab another battery, put it in. It just felt a little repetitive. There was a lot of potential for some really good puzzles here, like using your jump hand. Maybe the Omni hand could do something special with power, or maybe like timing a swing properly, you know, something like that to really get your brain going. I feel like those mechanics and puzzles would have been a lot better. As for character development, again, character development for the ones that we had, which wasn't very much, between Doi, Poppy, not really Kissy, because, I mean, Kissy can't really talk. It's hard to get that kind of development. We don't really see her very much. Between Poppy and Doi, the development of the characters was amazing. It was superbly amazing. It was very well done. We got to see a side of Poppy that we only heard about from the doctor. We got to see Doi in his calm state and then in his angry state, and we had to wind up putting him down again. So sad. Rest in peace, Doi. And now the last point that I want to talk about is, how did it feel progressing? How did the progression, did it feel satisfying? Did it feel rushed? Did it feel slow? And honestly, I have to say, I'm kind of torn on this because there were points where it felt like it was progressing really, really well and then really, really slow. The kind of reusing of the mazes for the doctor, finding his organs, and then once you get to his brain, you have to do another maze, but this time there's scary elements to it. It really slowed it down, you know, and again, it just goes back to that repetitive nature that I was talking about, which I'm really not a fan of. Then you had higher octane moments, rather, like with Doi, where you just had to run in circles, get him with the ice, liquid nitrogen, and then cut him with the saws. Those were okay because you had that element of intensity to go with it. And while the section with the doctor running from the robots was intense at some points, I just didn't find myself getting as scared or as hyped up or emotional as I did with Doey. See, but then we had other moments of the story where it felt really nice, the progression, like going through the prison. Like you went through one section at a time, it felt progressive, it was linear, it was great. You guys can't see that, but I'm kind of doing like Mr. Roboto movements with my hand. So if I had to rate this game, this chapter rather, not the game as a whole, this chapter of Poppy Playtime, I would have to give this probably I want to say a 7.5. 7.5. You know, we'll say a 7. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This definitely was a solid chapter. Not my favorite. I don't think it was the best chapter, but this definitely was a super solid, amazing chapter. I highly recommend playing this game if you haven't. It is very scary. It is very entertaining. You're going to have a great time with it. With that being said, I gotta pause it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, show me some love, hit that like button. I really appreciate your support. If you're new here, why not consider hitting that subscribe button? I'm trying to upload at least 4 times a week, and we are inching closer and closer to that 500 sub mark. You don't have to by any means, but I do have some social medias in the links in the description you can go and follow. I'll admit, I'm not very active on there right now, but I do plan to be in the near future. Again, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, share this video with your friends. Till next time, it's been Atrev. Later.